Hey coin lovers! Welcome to the Worth Old Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video we're revealing the top 2 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection. So don't skip this video, let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The 1970 D. Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin produced by the United States Mint at its Denver facility, as shown by the small D mint mark on the coin's reverse, is a representative example of America's mid-20th century coinage and the enduring legacy of President Thomas Jefferson. Though it circulates as an everyday piece of currency worth only 5 cents, the 1970 D nickel captures a blend of American history, metallurgical craftsmanship, and numismatic interest that continues to attract collectors more than half a century after its creation. Physically, this coin adheres to the long-established specifications of the Jefferson nickel series introduced in 1938. It is struck from a copper-nickel alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a composition chosen for durability and resistance to wear as well as its silvery appearance. The coin weighs 5.0 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a smooth, plain edge. Unlike many other U.S. coins, the Jefferson nickel has no reading on its edge, a design choice that dates back to its introduction and gives it a distinctive tactile feel. This alloy and size were maintained consistently through the decades, making the 1970 D fully compatible with vending machines and other coin-operated devices of the era. The obverse front of the coin presents a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, primary author of the Declaration of Independence, and an enduring symbol of American Enlightenment ideals. This portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, a German-born sculptor whose winning design was selected in a 1938 national competition to replace the earlier buffalo nickel motif. Schlag's rendering shows Jefferson in a neoclassical style, with finely modeled hair tied back and a serious, statesmanlike expression. Around the portrait appear the inscriptions "In God We Trust" along the left rim and "Liberty" to the right, followed by the date, 1970. The small D mint mark, indicating Denver mint production, is located on the reverse side for this year. Beginning in 1968, mint marks for nickels were moved from the front to the right of Monticello on the reverse, a change that continued through the 1970 issue. Turning the coin over, the reverse back displays Jefferson's elegant home Monticello, an architectural masterpiece he designed himself near Charlottesville, Virginia. Schlag's depiction presents the neoclassical facade with its columned portico and low dome, a direct nod to the influence of classical Roman architecture on Jefferson's design philosophy. Above the mansion arches the word E pluribus unum, Latin for "out of many one," the traditional motto of the United States. Centered below the building is the name Monticello with 5 cents and United States of America encircling the lower RIM. The right of Monticello lies the all-important D mint mark. Collectors value this tiny letter as it records the coin's origin at the Denver Mint, one of the principal U.S. coin-producing facilities alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. Historically, the 1970 D nickel emerged during a period of social change and technological growth in the United States. The late 1960s and early 1970s saw the continuation of the Vietnam War, the Apollo space program's lunar successes, and significant cultural shifts at home. Despite such upheavals, the U.S. Mint maintained steady coinage production to meet the nation's expanding economy. In 1970, the Denver Mint struck well over 500 million Jefferson nickels, ensuring ample supply for daily commerce throughout the country. Because of this large mintage, the coin remains common in circulation even today and can still occasionally be found in pocket change. From a numismatic standpoint, most 1970 D nickels hold only their face value when worn, since so many were made. However, specialists seek coins in exceptionally high grades, those that were well struck, carefully preserved, and free of the minor abrasions that typically occur during mass production and circulation. Coins certified by grading services such as PCGS or NGC as Mint State MS66 or higher can command premiums among collectors of Jefferson nickels. Varieties and errors add further interest. Enthusiasts look for examples with full, sharply defined steps on Monticello, known as full steps. FS designations, which indicate an especially crisp strike. These FS nickels from 1970 D are scarcer than ordinary strikes and can be significantly more valuable. The Denver Mint itself boasts a rich history. Established as an assay office during the Colorado Gold Rush and formally opened as a mint in 1906, it has long been associated with high-volume coin production. By 1970, it was equipped with advanced presses capable of striking millions of coins per day, reflecting the U.S. Mint's commitment to technological modernization. Every D mint mark on the 1970 nickel thus represents both regional pride in the American West and the industrial capacity that supported a rapidly growing national economy and everyday life. The 1970 D nickel served a multitude of functions, from paying for a cup of coffee to making change in parking meters and jukeboxes, linking it to the daily experiences of millions of Americans. Its sturdy copper-nickel construction meant it could withstand decades of circulation without losing legibility, a testament to practical design and materials science. Today, even a well-worn specimen still conveys Jefferson's likeness and the stately image of Monticello, underscoring the durability envisioned by its creators. In summary, the United States 1970 D Jefferson 5-cent coin is far more than a small disc of metal. It is a product of historical continuity, carrying forward a design introduced in 1938 and still in use more than 3 decades later. It embodies the ideals of Thomas Jefferson, the craftsmanship of Felix Schlag, and the industrial efficiency of the Denver Mint. While most examples remain plentiful and circulate at face value, carefully preserved high-grade or full-step specimens provide a rewarding challenge for numismatists. Whether admired in a collector's album or discovered in everyday change, the 1970 D nickel remains a tangible link to America's past and an enduring symbol of its national heritage. Top 2. The 1930s Buffalo nickel, officially a United States 5-cent coin struck at the San Francisco Mint, stands as a classic piece of early 20th century American coinage and an enduring favorite among collectors. Although it circulated as everyday small change worth just 5 cents, this coin embodies the artistry, historical narrative, and frontier spirit that shaped the United States in the years between the First World War and the Great Depression. Its story begins with the celebrated Buffalo or Indian Head nickel series, first issued in 1913 and continuing until 1938, a series widely considered one of the most beautiful and symbolically powerful designs in American numismatics. Physically, the 1930s nickel follows the standard specifications established for the Buffalo series. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a durable alloy chosen for its silvery appearance and resistance to wear. Each coin weighs 5.0 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a smooth, plain edge distinct from the reeded edges of silver dimes or quarters of the same era. These attributes ensured the coin could withstand years of hard circulation in an age when coins were a primary medium of small daily transactions. The coin's obverse front features the iconic portrait of a Native American chief, designed by sculptor James Earl Fraser. Fraser, who grew up near the Dakota frontier in the late 19th century, sought to create a dignified, authentic representation of America's first peoples. He reportedly combined features from several prominent Native American leaders, often cited as Iron Tail, Two Moons, and possibly a third unnamed individual, to form a composite image rather than depict a single person. The profile faces right, displaying a feathered headdress with fine, sharply incised details. The word Liberty curves along the right rim, and the date, 1930, rests prominently on the shoulder line at the lower left. On many Buffalo nickels, this date area was prone to wear, and legible dates can add value to circulated pieces. Beneath the date, though not visible on the obverse, the coin's mint origin is signified on the reverse. Turning to the reverse back, one encounters the powerful image of an American bison, commonly called a buffalo, standing majestically on a raised mound. Fraser is believed to have modeled the creature after Black Diamond, a bison that lived at New York City's Central Park Zoo. The inscription, United States of America, arcs across the top, while the national motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one appears in smaller letters above the bison's back. Centered below is the denomination 5 cents, and just beneath it, between the mound and the word cents, sits the small S mint mark, the crucial indicator that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint. In the Buffalo nickel series, San Francisco issues are generally respected for strong strikes and slightly lower mintages compared with their Philadelphia or Denver counterparts. The year 1930 was a challenging time for the United States. The nation had entered the Great Depression following the stock market crash of 1929. Economic hardship meant fewer coins were needed for commerce, leading to reduced mintages across many denominations. The San Francisco Mint produced approximately 5.4 million Buffalo nickels in 1930, a moderate figure compared with some earlier years, but still ample enough that the coin was a common sight in West Coast circulation. Yet that mintage, combined with heavy use and the design's vulnerability to wear, particularly on the date and the bison's high points, means that well-preserved 1930s examples are prized today. From a numismatic perspective, the 1930s is considered a desirable date within the Buffalo nickel series, especially in higher grades. Circulated specimens in good to fine condition remain relatively affordable and accessible to collectors building complete date and mint mark sets. However, coins that retain strong detail, especially those graded extremely fine XF or about uncirculated AU, command higher prices. At the top end, mint state MS pieces with sharp strikes and attractive luster are significantly scarcer, and those displaying the coveted full horn on the buffalo, indicating complete detail on the bison's horn, are particularly sought after. Professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC encapsulate and certify these coins, and well-struck MS-65 or better examples can bring substantial premiums at auction. The San Francisco Mint, opened in 1854 to serve the booming coinage demands of the California gold rush, had by 1930 become a vital Western branch of the United States mint system. Coins bearing the S mint mark often circulated heavily in the western states before gradually making their way east, which explains why San Francisco issues can sometimes be harder to find in high grade. Collectors appreciate the romance of this Western mint mark, which evokes the pioneering spirit that the Buffalo nickel itself was designed to celebrate. Culturally, the Buffalo nickel represents a significant moment in American art and national identity. Fraser's design departed from the neoclassical allegories common on earlier coins, instead honoring the indigenous peoples and the vanishing wildlife of the American plains. At a time when the frontier era was already receding into history, the coin served as both a tribute and a reminder of the nation's roots. Its rugged imagery resonated with Americans living through the economic uncertainties of the 1930s, offering a tangible connection to ideals of strength and perseverance. In everyday commerce, the 1930s nickel would have bought a cup of coffee, a loaf of bread, or a newspaper. Millions of these coins passed from hand to hand in San Francisco, across California, and throughout the American West, their surfaces slowly softening under decades of circulation. Today, when a collector encounters a well-worn example, each nick and smooth patch testifies to the lives of ordinary people during the Great Depression, turning the coin into a miniature historical artifact. In summary, the United States 1930s Buffalo nickel is far more than a 5-cent piece of copper-nickel alloy. It is a work of art by James Earl Fraser, a snapshot of the Great Depression's economic reality, and a tribute to the native cultures and wildlife that shaped the American story. Its San Francisco mint mark ties it to the historic western branch of the U.S. Mint, and its enduring appeal lies in both its striking design and the historical resonance it carries. Whether nestled in a collector's album in pristine mint state or discovered in a box of inherited change, the 1930s stands as a small yet powerful reminder of America's frontier spirit and the resilience of its people during one of the most challenging eras of the nation's history. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.